Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India. On August 2nd, 2021, quality, safety are issues, and title being Civil Field Engineering, which is field engineering in fact, quality and AnnexSL, COVID-19, safety, health and environment, and engineers' role towards all activities and particularly towards safety and quality. Designs, construction, methods, contracts, organizations, communication, coordination. Why be behind quality of concrete, standard materials, etc., etc., etc. This is talk, and these competency documents, these competency documents, as well as this all, whichever one gets or every professional gets. For job, no. These tell that person is competent in certain field, or if not competent, can become competent. These tell that reliability can be given to such person. Reliability can be allowed to such person. That person can be considered professionally useful for development of nation or for development of this world. Reliability, when we say reliability of what? Means whatever work you do or one does, whatever task one does, whatever service one gives, that service is based on competency. That service is not a game. That service is not a learning study, but it can be used in life. It can be relied upon safely, with service and with long life, with durability. Its definition is reliability is equal to safety from all involved factors, serviceability of intended purpose, durability of its working life, all other involved applicable knowledge, areas, factors, resources must be understood and achieved in all procedures, or else one should learn before taking responsibility, and all foregoing issues must be considered along with all possible risks. I am saying professional or otherwise, because professionals also cannot work alone. Or they may become practically experienced. When we say practically experienced, means experience in real world of production, service, or whatever else. This team must be competent, must be capable of doing what it's required to do successfully, competently, with reliability. Reliability goes to everyone. It goes to individual, professional, it goes to team, and it goes to theory and practical both. Reliability is result of quality. There is no quality means there is no reliability. This is so simple. Quality and safety, we can consider them together, because quality is permanent in whatever product we deliver, and safety is throughout those very much useful. It's very much applicable during production or construction, because if people are not safe, work cannot be safe, their health cannot be safe, and if work is not safe, it is subject to danger, it is subject to losses in future. Don't expect safety only during transportation of material with good package, with good package. Safety lies everywhere. Quality is that part of life without which we cannot move. We may understand, we may identify, we may not identify, but quality moves in. Certain quality lies in natural product itself, which we cannot, you can say, point out, though it works. But that quality is further worked upon by our own assumptions, our own prescriptions, our own specifications, or our own requirements. And that's what we define, that this is quantity for this material or for this product. We specify that specification is a must. You work yourself, or you give it on contract, or you get this done through whatever means you think it's good. And that quality specification description must go within documentation of that contract if these are available, or otherwise you can say we have developed an understanding by practice that this shall happen. Well, it's up to you, it's up to one how you do it, but quality factor must go into every product being manufactured or construction activity being prosecuted, operated, with all means of safety necessary to be observed, to be adopted, and ergonomic science applied adequately so that safety factor is enriched. Enriched, I mean to say, sometimes we do not care but spend energies on people which energies are more than required, and we redundantly waste them. We waste them for nothing. If everybody is taught, every person who works on activity physically, if each one is taught about what is best way of doing that item, if we teach them vocationally, it serves better purpose, because we have to see that nobody gets fatigued, nobody gets tired, nobody wastes time as well, as nobody is, nobody feels that it's unnecessary work. It is unnecessary work and it's not required. But if you teach them properly, each activity, particularly those activities which person does many hours a day, those activities can bring person to a state where person feels very much upset or tired, fatigued or tired, and that if you can reduce that level of energy consumption, if I can reduce or professional can reduce, I think that's best way how to understand. Means it's not simple activity that you tell you have to do it, but you have to analyze the activity and say how best it can be done. Mechanically it can be done, or manually it can be done, or by some other equipment it can be done. It depends upon you. Means we have to avoid every activity that gives undue pressure on workers. It's a major part of safety, because we have to find a way where best safety can be applied. Best means with lesser amount of energy, lesser subject to risk, or you can say let's a factor we have to face risk. We have to see these points once a while. Maybe there are 50 activities dealing with, and these 50 studies you have to make, and you can make them once, and after that you think that's a formula kind of situation. You can teach them all time, anytime. You can teach them in toolbox talk, or you can teach them somewhere else. It's up to you, up to yourself. How can you make those people understand what they have to do? That's what I say, and that's what I say, that quality cannot be understood in just one glimpse. Like these certificates cannot be obtained in one glimpse. You have to study a lot, you have to do a lot of experience, you have to achieve leadership, self-leadership. You have to move further on, getting upgrade in various titles. Only then you can say these certificates can be useful. Otherwise, you have to apply them. Means it's not simply that you have these certificates only for showing to people for purpose of job. These should tell the job, quality, safety, You know this and you know that. That's also very important to understand. Quality is not a joke. Quality, though it's very small word, QLITY, but it's very powerful word. Just like safety, SH is safety, health and environment. It contains three factors. It contains safety, it contains health, and it contains environment. And all these three factors are very significant for purpose of doing work. For purpose that people should work in whatever field they do. Even in offices it applies even in meetings, and it applies everywhere in life. It's not simply that I'm talking of work, and that's one point of safety, but it's very much uniform, it's very much common. No place you can get rid of this. You walk on road, walk on footpath, you drive, you travel, you jump, you play. Whatever activity you perform which you do not actually have attention of that I am doing something, because you enjoying an entertainment. When you do, you don't care for what's happening, and you go on doing that, and that actually leads to some unbecoming state where you think, oh, I met this accident or met this non-fatal injury. So safety is something like that. Safety, you have to be safe yourself first, then you have to keep others safe. That's first part. Health, you have to keep your health good, and you have to keep health of others good. And third one is environment. Environment doesn't mean air and water pollution. It also means working environment. An environment in which we sit, we work together, we deal with each other. That kind of communication, that kind of coordination, that kind of interactions must be always supportable. One should feel that it's a part of team and it's part of organization, and one has to see that organization should remain safe, shouldn't remain qualitative. If organization doesn't work safely, means you may be subject to accident, or due to you somebody else shall be subject to accident. Means your actions are pro-accident, which are not acceptable. Yes, by ignoring something it happens, but when you are taught something professionally, occasionally, you have to behave like that, means you have to conduct that way. So that's what is requirement. And ergonomics says that it's the law of energy, how to use your energy. It's not energy from power plant. It's energy from your own plant, from your body machine. Means to what level you can go to exert pressure on your body and mind. That's also a part of safety. You cannot take pressure more than required, and if you take more than required pressure that your body cannot digest, you shall certainly get fatigue or shall get sick for momental, for a few moments or few hours or few days, which can be considered loss to work. It's therefore very much important that quality and safety required everywhere and must be understood very well. And this must be, in life and in engineering. You cannot say these are not a must. These are a must, and must. And this fact is right. There's nothing to say. Nobody can say it's wrong. I've not seen any person who doesn't accept this. Everybody says yes, 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 but nobody says to care. Seriousness doesn't exist. That's why I say, if you are not serious, you cannot do anything in life. Seriousness means that you have to, a kind of determination that you have to do this in this period of time, or you have to achieve this milestone. Not because you are going to get money particularly for that milestone. Money you will get, that's your contract with someone else, but what to do, what not to do is very important. I can say that safety applies even at lowest activity. When you're rising, you ascend some staircase. There are risers and treads on the staircase. Risers is vertical mobility and tread is horizontal mobility. And there are some chances that you think something on while ascending, your mind is somewhere else and you stumble. It happens. You by chance you fall or you don't fall. It depends. But if you fall means you are part of accident. You committed accident. And if you don't fall but your attention comes, oh no, they take care of them, instant attention comes to you and they avoid accident, you can say that's called missing point. It is means near miss, you can say. You are just at point of accident which you avoided due to mental attention because you thought of that. It happens. We walk on road or footpath and we don't see that there's some protruding, even for a few meters, stone. if you millimeter it is not question, millimeter or not, but fall is fall. When you drive car in slope somewhere else, you drive even at 5 kilometers per hour. You don't always only 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, doesn't make a proper impact on me. But that's wrong to say. It makes proper impact. You experience it. I was given a test when you sit down on this ramp in my safety class. I sat on ramp, and that was be ready to tie up your belt and keep ready. I said, why should I tie belt? They said, no, tie your belt. I'll show you what happens. And then what he said, I tied up my belt. He released that chair off ramp and it's only stuck. And I got very high level of impact. Then he asked me what happened. I told him this. You see, you got this level. We cannot consider everything according to our own views. We have to consider professionally when we are in profession, and we have to consider individually, personally when we are somewhere else, in home or in office or elsewhere in life. These are very two important points, and there are so many points I can explain to you, I can tell you, but you know all those points. Sometimes you have seen that some cable wire that's lying just exposed or open in your floor and you're working somewhere and don't care for that. Oh, I take care of that. I walk or cross over the side. And by chance you're on mobile and you're not in attention of that wire or cable that's lying open and somebody is working on that. And you just intermingle with that wire through your toe and you fall. That generally happens. It happens in home, it happens in offices, it happens elsewhere. That people least bother about such. I can see that, no problem, I can understand that. Yeah, you can see that, but you can't see that all the time. Nowadays, mobile is also a very important point. We use mobile all the time, forgetting everything, and we concentrate so much on that mobile. And if you don't concentrate, we cannot receive messages or receive talks from others. And particularly, these are videos are watched on mobile. Conferences are done on mobile. So safety factor increases because of that. We have seen people driving very slow car on road and using mobile. They don't bother about somebody if he's falling behind them, somebody is in problem behind them, or somebody may cross road. These people don't bother. This means they don't care for safety of themselves and others. It takes just 1 second to strike some pole, electric pole, or realize your car on footpath. That leads to accident. It happens. If somebody is working on a platform in your building and there's no railing on that, and you say, a person says, no, I'll be okay, don't worry, I know how to stand there and work there. But it's not question of that person being not serious and you're not being serious. It will take just a fraction of seconds, few seconds, that person would collapse and fall and may lead to fatality. That's a very important point. Safety, quality, and nowadays, COVID-19, Mr. COVID-19, my friend, it's friend of all world, really in physical. Don't. I'm not teasing you, calling friend, because when somebody works everywhere, somebody exists everywhere, uniformly all over the world. This is first entity that has gone to every part of world. This means this is very powerful entity. This very powerful travel. It's very powerful carrier, which has frightened everybody in the world. 8 billion people have been frightened by this, and that frighten is not just frightened threat, it is frightened impact. People have been impacted upon by COVID, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, whatever it is. COVID-19, SARS-2 it is. And this SARS-2, that is powerful guest, or you may better you call guest, because if you call all time enemy, there is no meaning served, because we don't know our enemy. And it's very simple statement I'm making, that COVID-19, which was considered Let me go with month or two or three. It is not going. It's not gone. It's now about more than 20 months. It has been working very well. It is expanding its wings all time, beyond imagination. Beyond imagination. This means we are not still safe. We don't know how to remain safe of COVID-19. So far, in fact, there is no solution. Frankly speaking, scientifically speaking, there is no solution. Only some hypothetical precautionary measures which cannot be guaranteed, like vaccination, like wearing face masks, or like wearing goggles, or upgrading your immunity level through whatever means. It is challenge to everyone. Though I am calling it guest, it's better to call it guest because even it challenges us. What can you do? You have to accept challenge and face life. There's no other way. If you don't accept challenge, then you will be beaten. Only challenge is that we don't understand it, frankly speaking. Fact remains that whole world has not reached to a level where we can say that this is our datum line. We shall compare COVID-19 from this datum, where it goes. It started from here. Even that state we don't have. Yes, there are provisions, there are directions that you have to use personal protective equipment like wearing face mask and whatever you have to do exercises, walk on road, stay in sun, take hot water. These are all very common now. Avoid use of ACs, avoid use of indoor gathering. All we know that is you can say indicative precautionary measures to get not rid of but to be to deflect, to divert away COVID-19 particles if it comes to us. Delta, that is very common these days. Only celebrity of world Delta, I can say top celebrity of world. All others are fictitious celebrity. Delta is fighting celebrity, challenging celebrity. It has gone beyond all others. And I just was reading a news and it said that scientists said in America, in some research, I think CDC or someone else, they stated that according to whatever properties Delta has or what its claim says, that it shall give positive rate of 35%. Positive rate of 35% is very big concern. And they say it may spread like smallpox. Big concern it is. Big concern. It's a concern. It should be for everybody. If this is true, 35% positive rate, this means total population of world is 8 billion. 800 crores, 8 billion individuals. And 35% means what? 28 crores. This is 800 crores. 800 crores means if you multiply by 0.35, it is 28. 2.8 billion people. 2.8 billion people or 2.28 crores or 280 millions. If we assume that this research indication of 35% possibility of positive cases could be right, in that case 2.8 billion individuals or 28 crores people, 280 crores people may be adversely impacted upon by Delta or COVID-19, and it can be very serious issue. Very, very serious issue. You will find like COVID impact is flowing in rivers. It's flowing like canals. It's flowing like rivers. and whatever whosoever comes in its contact can earn or can import COVID-19 and call the person that is COVID-19 infected COVID-19, contracted COVID-19. Very serious situation. And at this stage, maybe this is wrong, this is not correct, but why think that this is not correct? Think it is correct. Because if you think it is correct, you shall be having higher degree of seriousness. You shall think of everything, at least resort to precautions. Because I have seen people are not using masks. 80% people generally, maybe less, maybe more, avoiding masks, and I don't understand reason behind that. If masks can protect people, what's harm? I have to understand that point. What's harm in using mask if can protect everyone? It's simple question. Means you have to keep yourself safe. You have to keep others safe. You may say, I have got vaccinated. All right, if you have got vaccinated, but vaccination is also no guarantee that you will not get COVID-19. There is no such guarantee till now. And of course, you may infect others for sure. Maybe you don't feel that you are sick of COVID-19, but you have, despite you are having antibodies, you can infect, you may get it, you may contract it, and you will transfer this contract to others who come into your contact. That's important point. So far there is no suggestion, no notification till now from all over world that complete vaccination shall protect you from COVID-19. It only says that you will get immunity level. There is no declaration till now that you can get rid of COVID infection, COVID contraction, or COVID contract due to having both jabs or even third jab, booster jab, as Pfizer claims. So I don't believe in these claims because so far these have not been very effective. Every day we get irrelevant news. This is so many percent effective. This is so many percent effective. Now Israel vaccination has gone down to 30% effective only. So we can say same thing is applying in America. They have taken U-turn regarding masks, that you have to use masks at least in gatherings, indoors, this and that. And every country is giving some news, not giving some news, but we feel that we can anticipate that if it's not good, it's bad. Means around world, news says 100 countries, but I would say all world, because if and it spread all over, and when it spread all over, means it spread all over world. If today or tomorrow or after some time you'll find expansion of COVID-19, maybe not with that speed, but how can you know when people are not tested? For example, in our country, our Bharat, India, government has done nothing towards testing of people. It's complete sheer failure on part of administration that they are not serious about testing. You see what happens in China? Just now I read news that they are pushing testing, frequent testing millions of people so that they can find out where is Delta, where is no Delta. Because they don't want to request the government serious there. There is no seriousness exist. Only, I'm not talking politically, I'm talking health-wise. If people's health are deteriorated because of these politicians, it shall be very bad issue. I want people safe, I want myself safe, yourself safe. Okay, maybe there's vaccination problem, but at least we can detect who is having COVID-19, who is not having COVID-19, and at least you can say, by detection, we can say that yes, these people can be isolated so that they do not impact others. Only from that point of view, I can say testing is a must. And unfortunate that we are not even crossed, 35%, 36%. Very bad situation. Where is quality of working then? point lies in. If where is system, if a nation like Bharat, India, of high value nation, high science, high technology nation, they claim, and of course it's not claim, it's true also. Of course, quality could not be understood well how to be applied, how to apply, but people know what is quality. I know. I am an engineer. I am now 67. I studied engineering in engineering diploma. I qualified in 1974. My school I qualified in 1971, and my engineering degree I qualified in 1980. And then I continued to work for decades. I understand. I also understand because I worked lot, or you can say major career. I built my major career only in Gulf countries, GCC, which you can say Iraq, Libya. This is not Iraq, Libya, but I'm saying Middle East, Iraq, Libya, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Jeddah, and likewise in many other countries. There's more than 50 nationalities, including West and East Asia, all that, Africans. I can say quality has meaning. Yes, it's not understood well or it's not applied well in many countries. I can't deny that fact. But why we should say it's not cared for in our country? Because that's fact. Our people are not quality cultured. We have quality system, but we don't have quality prescription. And if we have quality prescription, we do not comply with that. That's also a fact in life. I'm not saying this blanketly, but 95% works are like that. And it's not in engineering civil, it's in all branches of engineering, including IT, hardware, software, everywhere. It happens. And this should not be. Therefore, I can simply say we should realize fact that quality must be understood well. I refer to quality of control, quality of management or organization of COVID-19. We failed. Similarly, we failed everywhere. And that is not you can say, this is just individual understanding, on my individual understanding, on my individual observation, on analysis of what I think or what data input I have. I can give an output that we do not qualify that. We are qualified quality people. It's an important point. I think we waste time in other activities. We do not concentrate on quality system. We only say we have quality system, written quality system, practiced quality system. But is that real, or just only for signature's sake? That's a good point. Everybody is interested to get record that they work with quality. I'm not concerned with the record anymore. I want to see if product is quality one. There is system so simple, though it's in contravention to principles constituted by institutions of quality like ISO. But if there is no delivery of product which can meet requirement of quality, then there is no meaning of quality system. Because then in that case quality system is fake. It's fabricated just for showing, just for display. But product is not given that input. Product must be quality one. If product is quality one, I think there is no way to make sure that it was done qualitatively or it's not done quality because it is quality. That's my important point. Quality, I say. Quality cannot be assumed that it is there. It has to be achieved. It has to be, applied with. We have to do all acts that reach quality levels. Quality attainment along with production and attainment, both attainments are same. Both attainments are integrated. If there are 5 items of, say, product, these all 5 must be quality system based, quality based. And if there is a lapse in that, even one single lapse, it can destroy your quality system. It can. And we should be engineered. We should think engineer-wise. We should not think management-wise or organization-wise. There's a difference in thinking of work. You can say management versus engineering or organization versus engineering, because engineering thinks for nothing but for its own complete system, its own complete material power, product power, and quality. It doesn't think of time, it doesn't think of anything, but engineering or construction, they are exclusively different than organization or management. Because when you say manage something, it means do whatever way you want, good or bad, do it. But quality doesn't accept that. Therefore, I can say quality engineering, you should say rather, though we don't use this term, but quality engineering and engineering, just like professional engineering and otherwise. It's very easy to say as I'm saying, but it's very difficult to achieve it. And personally, I can say generally those new buddings, engineers and others who can't understand, it is because engineering syllabus has no quality basis. It may tell something, what is ISO, what is Sigma, what is that, what is this. Just knowing that superficially is not enough. If you have title knowledge, it doesn't mean anything. You should have thorough knowledge. And whatever level of knowledge you have, it should be thorough, because you're doing profession. In profession, mistakes are not acceptable, because mistakes means loss of material, loss of resources, loss of time, loss of money, and loss of reputation. Loss of face. Loss is loss. We can accept it or we cannot accept it, that's up to us. But construction based on reasonable, coordinated, constructible quality designs and safety, all activities must be taken care of. But it doesn't happen. Reasons being lethargy in attitude. Lethargy in attitude, its most important point, that one is lethargic, one is lazy, and because one is lazy, that person cannot concentrate on activity. And quality means concentrate on every activity, keep surveillance of every activity, make sure that this work is done according to quality requirement, system requirement. Lethargy in attitude and undue strains in minds. Look, if you keep undue strains in minds, you cannot work, because that undue strain acts as red light. It stops you. That undue strain, or some people say stress, I can say stress. Depression, you can say depression. People generally say I got stress, but they don't understand meaning of stress. Well, I'm not here to tell meaning of that, but I can say one is stress and one is strain. Stress means you feel kind of compression force, and some compression force is applied onto you. You get some stress. And then there is change in dimension, maybe in very millimeters, fraction of millimeters, micrometers. If there is a change in length or change in area or change in volume, to whatever percentages, minor percentages, maybe less than 0.5%, 0.2%. That's called strain. Change in length. So change in length, original length, change in area divided by original area, or change in volume divided by original volume. These division factors are very important, and these are called strains and stresses. Because of that, so you can say undue strains in minds, why should site work suffer? Don't keep undue strains. Keep resolved strains value, so that you don't waste time. I don't want you to waste time, and I also don't want manufacturer waste time. People who are in manufacturing or in relevant quality, they should value time. It's not that they have to deliver and the work is over. Delivery is a part of work, but real work starts when that material got for construction starts working and getting used to. That's point we are serious about. Very serious about that point. And that point is no joke. So we can say that why should site suffer because of deficiencies in designs? Why should there be deficiency when a scope of work is known, the scope of item is known, everything is known, design criteria and feed is known? Why should quality suffer? That's the point. I'm sure that you are not going to make any saving if you don't comply with quality. You shall not make any saving. That's the point you have to understand. Then we can say why should site work suffer because of deficiency in designs? Design accountability must be fixed. Who shall fix it? Owner. Design accountability must be fixed. If accountability on constructed product or element is required, design and construction qualities are complementary to each other. You cannot say this is design and this is no design. These are complementary to each other. Without integrated coordination and activities worked upon shall result in quality-less results, shall give quality-less products, in fact, quality-less products. And we want quality product. And not only product material, we want every professional to be quality-oriented. Because they are pressed not to do something which are there to do. It's also called loss of quality of system. Means all people cannot understand this, I know. But at least those who are in profession, they have to understand this and they can explain to everybody in a normal way, not word by word, not sentence by sentence, but thinking and speaking or writing something. That's the important point. Writing is also a process. Handwriting is also a process to remember something. Though it is in locked, but it exists. We can say construction method statement a must for implementation. Whatever construction we have to do, whatever civil works we have to do, and whatever other works we have to do, we have to keep this in mind, that we have to comply by method statements, and method statements are very powerful. It's powerful because it tells you in beginning what you have to do. You have to think of what best way. I'm not saying you copy others. Don't copy if you have so much level of confidence. You think on how best can you do this activity. How can you mix this activity with other activities? If you can understand that, then you can see that there is complementary way of working, that you are told what to do, or you have to think yourself how best I can do. And for that purpose, you have to record certain points so that you will not forget that. And those are not one day point, those are repeated points on activities. Expression of specific details in convenient format for work performance and define elaborate performance, or else no work can be carried out in a sequence and time is related to, you can say, cost. If you delay everything, cost will certainly rise. If you do it in time, cost will be fixed. Or if you take double time, you will spend both, and also third one. It's easy to learn yourself first if you understand language. Otherwise, you will be only a small person as far as knowledge of that work is concerned. Every work is done professionally, so only professionals should take care of that. Professional means having long experience or having some demanded qualification. and of course CVs of professionals. All these come together, and wherever some risk exists or we identify, let's okay, start checking this, examining these dimensions, these labels, and it's done. It's done. But it's not done everywhere. I say done means in my mind. My mind should accept this. But if you apply to uniformity of people, we have to analyze every situation, and if we cannot analyze every problematic time, we shall not be able to understand what way we have to do, what way we have to go, how we have to solve this problem. All these points are very significant, very, very significant. Analysis is science, analysis is an art, analysis is common sense based activity, and analysis is engineering. You can give whatever factor. You may be alone somewhere, and you have to think. That time is very important because your mind works on that activity only. It doesn't diverge away. And you get solutions. If not that time, after some time, you get indications of solutions. So analysis, you can say, it's like learning 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like that. In fact, we analyze. If you are intelligent, if you are educated, even you can say, sometimes even your kids raise questions which immediately we cannot answer. But those questions are very innocent. So what I say, analysis is an exclusive. It's an exclusive engineering basis or tool, and intellect tool that can penetrate into all problems and unearth required solutions. And there exists no way from where or through which analysis approaches could be avoided. An analytical based engineering result to apply an analytical based performance provides a chain of solutions that can be named synthesis. After all solutions, synthesis is conducted. Thinking is then another exercise, which is basics, which is root, which is, you can say, existence of start of ourselves. It's called in English language that this is what you should say, cover up. This is basics, is thinking. Nobody can cover it up. Yes, you can immerse yourself into that tank of thinking, sea of thinking, and you must come out with something, issues, certain issues. So thinking is that, in fact. You can say an only way, contemplation and must be achieved every time. Every time. It's 4:20 a.m. in morning, 4:20 a.m., 2nd July, I can say. And I am still serious. I could sleep. I did not continue sleep after 2:30 or 2. I didn't want to sleep. I want to share my seriousness with everyone. Everyone, I say, whoever comes in contact with this talk, this video, shall take benefit of this. It's all in life. It happens. Sometimes someone is happy and sometimes one is not happy. This happens. We cannot say this doesn't happen and then all this knowledge which we get, we apply that knowledge, we apply that complete knowledge on work, and it's accepted by work, and it gives us time. Within so many couple of days, you will find complete answer. That stage where we can say quality non-performance product are or is called substandard, which can therefore be rejected. I'm not saying it's rejected. Quality non-conformance product is called substandard and therefore rejected. Non-conformance means engineer is either careless or ignorant or incompetent one, and therefore is a redundant personnel. We must change to meet requirements to achieve intended quality product standards for universal recognition of products on ground, products on goods. And non-conformance also means that engineer is either careless or thus scared. After going through such, you can say non-conformance means engineer is either careless or ignorant or incompetent one, and therefore is a redundant person. If you search here and there what is quality, you don't go to books, you don't go to courts, you just copy maybe an examination. I should not say that, but from knowledge these people should have, or these people claim that knowledge is wide, very wide, potentially wide. So we can say about quality requirements checks being a must, missing which we have to blame ourselves for quality failure. Quality and everywhere as it may be. Engineering means quality application, and if you cannot do that, it's a failure, quality failure. Continuous improvements we have to make. No way exists not to comply with defined or specified quality levels, because definition of quality is a phenomenon. Let's see. No way exists not to comply with defined or specified quality levels, because definition of quality is a must, and that definition requires to be achieved, or else work leads to status of being unsuccessful and to be re-performed. And you know what is re-performance. It's very easy to maintain, to do, but we least bother about that. I'll take now time for we were on hazards control chapter. It was, let me check, because there are so many files opened. This was hazards controls 10, I think it was, how to avoid them. So let me see what this file was. So I think this we had gone through. Common 10 common construction site hazard, we had gone through this. Gone through, so I close this one. I'll try to find another one from my documents. And that is this one. I can say so see, this is the procedures. These are, can say, hazards control chapter 16 it was. 1st August, hazards control chapter 16. And then also, so let's open this. So we had gone through this also, I am sure.